Hey YouTube, Randy Orton Fan 2011. Now that I have uploaded race number 19 in D1, it's time for another trivia question. That's right, guys. Time for another chance to earn some free points. Here was the answer to question 2 if you didn't get it before. Here's the answer. Of course, like I said before, for question 2, it is Austin LaPlante's D2 ride divided by Kenji Sato's D2 ride plus Christopher Martin's D1 ride minus, in parentheses, Bella Thorne's D1 ride minus Debbie Ryan's D1 ride, end parentheses, divided by Kendall Jetter's D2 ride. Well, the answer was actually 8, or Trent Dunham. If you can see below the in the bottom part of the video, 99 divided by 11 equals 9, plus 48 equals 57, minus, if you see in parentheses, the parentheses ones goes first if you didn't know that. So you'll need to know that in the next question. So you take the 56 and 30 and minus 31 first before you go on with the rest of the problem. So then you get 25 there, you minus 25 from 57, you get 32, then you divide it by 4 and you get 8, and you get Trent Dunham. And so that is the answer to question 2, and stay tuned for the guys who ended up getting it right. Here are the guys that ended up getting it right. I did allow 4, but unfortunately I've closed it after I uploaded race number 19, so that is pretty much it. Of course, I want to congratulate these users for getting question 2 right: NASCRA, Seth Cole, Dylan Tay 22, Dylan Poteet, and Charlie 7847 Jack Richards. Alright, now I'm going to warn you guys, before I show question 3, I'm going to warn you guys. This one is fairly complex. It's fairly complex. I have introduced a bunch of new elements that you probably may not like, but still, it's the reward is going to be worth it. When you see how much the reward is for getting this one right, it's going to be worthwhile. But let me just warn you guys, it is really, really hard and very long. So get ready, guys, because you're in for a ride. Check it out, guys. Here's question number 3. Look how long this shit is. Yeah, it really is hard. It's definitely a hard problem, and it took me quite a while to come up with this one. But check out that reward, guys. 25 points. That could basically seal the deal for you in the playoffs, or even get you closer to that championship chase in D2. So let's check it out. Here we go. Connor Bretton's D1 ride plus, in parentheses, Soren Tahari's D1 ride minus Seth Cole's D1 ride, end parentheses, divided by Carlos Martinez's D1 ride plus the square root, there's one of those new elements, the square root of James McLeod's D2 ride plus Aaron Williams' D2 ride, end parentheses, plus Kylie Jenner's D2 ride, another thing I'm going to throw you off there, minus, in parentheses, Bridget Mendler's D1 ride, minus Debbie Ryan's D2 ride, end parentheses, minus Matthew McMurray's D1 ride, divided by Luke Walker's D1 ride, and one last element, to the power of Ryan Cooper's D2 ride. That's right, to the power. So basically, think of it as an exponent. Gave away a hint there, but could really help you. And that will equal which ride in D2. Again, I'll accept the first 4 drivers to PM me the correct answer. They'll earn the points towards D1 or D2. Remember, you cannot choose both. Seriously, guys, you cannot choose both. You can't keep taking advantage of them. Can't take advantage of both series, guys. But you really got to balance it out. You really got to balance it out. Is it worth Is it worth me getting a better chance at the 3rd round of the playoffs at this time, or should I get closer to the championship chase in D2? So one more time I'll go through it with you. Connor Bretton's D1 ride plus, in parentheses, Soren Tahari's D1 ride minus Seth Cole's D1 ride, end parentheses, divided by Carlos Martinez's D1 ride plus the square root of James McLeod's D2 ride plus Aaron Williams' D2 ride, end parentheses, plus Kylie Jenner's D2 ride, minus, in parentheses, Bridget Mendler's D1 ride, minus Debbie Ryan's D2 ride, end parentheses, minus Matthew McMurray's D1 ride, divided by Luke Walker's D1 ride, to the power of Ryan Cooper's D2 ride. and that will equal which ride in D2. And remember, again, the first 4 drivers to give me a personal message about the answer, they'll earn the points towards either D1 or D2. You cannot give me any answers in the comment box. I will not accept them, and I will delete them. So that's pretty much it. Of course, remember, this is a really hard question, but 25 points, guys. 25 points. That is just so much. 25 points. That might just seal the deal for you in the playoffs in D1, or get you even closer to that championship chase in D2. Trust me, it's worth a huge amount. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Of course, we're getting closer to the end of the season in both D1 and D2, and I'll see you guys next race. Peace.